Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. So, it is a brief introduction to this mobile responsiveness, and in this lesson we are going to know about some basic needs of making your site mobile responsive, why and how it was done in the previous cases, all before this Bootstrap or Foundation, this sort of mobile responsive frameworks. So this is the thing that we are going to learn from this tutorial, and the last and obvious thing is how to download Bootstrap framework from its original or from its official site. And we are going to know about some basic syntaxes, the tools required in this case. So let's hop into these things. Now, in case of methods of making mobile friendly sites, we can say that making the site using percentage analysis, this is the first method that we can use, that we can adopt. Now in this particular case, calculations are based on percentage and EM unit. Unit of pixels were not accounted in this particular case. That means so far we were considering 1000 pix outwrapper, and then we are just putting our contents inside into this layer part, into this outwrapper part. But in this particular case, the width of outwrapper is taken as 100%, and in declaring the font size or the margin or the padding or this kind of stuff, the units used here are EM, not the unit of pixel, and we have shown you how to use EM in our previous cases. So you may go through our previous tutorials to see them in action. Now it had a lot of shortcomings out there. The major of it was orientation problem. In case of larger preview like 1920 1080 pix, we have seen that the stuff that we have poured inside, those are getting stretched, and in case of small devices, those are getting squeezed and the contents are just getting overlaid on each other, they are overlapping each other, and it's totally a hodgepodge thing to see, and they are just getting disoriented in a disproportionate behavior. So this calculations based on percentage and EM only, that thing was obsolete soon. But in case of rejecting these calculations based on percentage, so there must be an alternative to that, and that is why they have introduced a new kind of framework. We are using now both the grade system, that means this whole media width is now being divided into 12 grades, as we have seen in case of Bootstrap or Foundation. On the other hand, they are involving percentage calculations in case of a certain media width, and beyond that they are using the percentage calculations, stacking all the contents one upon each other. So this is the thing that we are going to learn here about. But first, let's concentrate on the tools we will be needing here so far. So tools required in this purpose. Which tools should we use in case of mobile responsiveness? Now the first and the obvious thing is text editor. Any editor will do. Atom, Sublime, Dreamweaver, whatever you afford. You can use Notepad. Atom and Sublime, those are open and free sources, so you may use them at any time. But the point is, you may use any kind of text editor. The second thing is a web browser to see the changes in the web browser preview, the changes that you have made into your coding. Any web browser, Firefox, Chrome, Safari, Opera, anything, those are latest, will be the best option over here. I would like to emphasize on this particular word, which is this latest. That means those things will be updated. So that is why I would be prescribing you to use any kind of latest versions of browser. And the third thing is a code inspector to inspect your coding or trace the class name out of a bunch of coding. Let's say as an example, if you use Firefox, Firebug is a very good option. In the same manner, if you use Google Chrome and if you press F12 directly in your keyboard, or if you right click on the web page and then you just click on that view element or inspect element, then you may see that dialog box is opening out there in the side of your web page, in the right side practically of your web page, and you may trace any kind of coding, or you may trace the class name out of a bunch of coding, whatever it is. Those things are easy to do after that. Special syntax required for coding. The first thing that we can see over here is metaname viewport and content with device with initial scale that you have not seen previously, because we have never used them previously, as we didn't have any intention to make our site as a mobile responsive. We were just practically viewing the various aspects of HTML and CSS, and we never thought of making our site mobile responsive. So this is what we have to include into our HTML header tag. That means the browser will now render the width of the page as the width of its own screen. So whatever you now use, a small mobile phone, a medium-sized iPad or iPhone, or a standard desktop application, whatever it is just rendering the width of the page as the width of its own screen. And all this is happening due to this particular syntax. So this is the obvious thing that we are going to include into our web page, into the HTML head tag. The second thing is very obvious. It is the @media with query. It is a very useful thing, and this thing practically is used in case of .css files when you will be customizing the style sheet, and you will be seeing that this @media query comes into action in every cases, because in each and every cases where you are just shifting your device width, you are just assigning some particular device width into your website, some particular instructions, some particular commands that you wish to have over there, something like change in font size or change in margin or padding or change of line height, any this sort of things, then in that particular case this is a very useful syntax mentioning this @media query. The obvious thing, another one, is declaring your web page as an HTML5 web page, because mobile responsiveness is compatible to HTML5 declaration only. Whatever you use, do not forget ever to declare your HTML page as an HTML5 one, because mobile responsiveness is always compatible to HTML5 declaration only. And the last thing is the framework itself. Now fortunately Bootstrap is an open source code, and that is why it is okay to use Bootstrap into your project, and that's what we will be going to learn in this particular mobile responsiveness. Now this thing can be downloaded from the site. The site link is provided here. We will be providing the same site link into the description below. You may go through it. So let's do not waste any more time over here. We have got the primary ideas that we are learning over here, such that the tools needed, the commands needed, the types of or methods of creating a mobile friendly website. Now let's hop into our tutorial and see how to download Bootstrap open source code from its official site. So all we need to do here is to get back to google.com, and here we will be typing as Bootstrap. Here we can find that Bootstrap, this is the first one. So we will be right clicking on it and open this link in a new tab. This is actually the official site of Bootstrap. From here we can see that here goes the download option, download Bootstrap, and currently this is the version 3.37. So all we need to do, we need to download this Bootstrap. Just click on it. So this is the download Bootstrap option, this is the download source option, and this is the download SaaS option. All we need to download this download Bootstrap option. So we have to click over here, and now we can see that Bootstrap 3.37 is being downloaded into our machine. Now we are opening it. There goes the zip file, Bootstrap 3.37, that has been downloaded off the internet. So the code that you have downloaded off the internet is in a zip format. Then all we need to do, we need to just extract this zip format, extract the contents, and place it into its proper places. So this is the matter of another tutorial, I guess, and we have completed this part of tutorial, how to download Bootstrap from its official site. In the next tutorial we are going to learn about how to install Bootstrap into your project. I hope that you have liked this tutorial so far. If you have liked our tutorial, then do not hesitate to hit that red subscribe button. Hope to see you guys in our next tutorial. Till then, bye.